Alright, welcome to this series of videos on regression, and let's just get started by illustrating the basic idea of regression analysis using a simple bivariate example. And what you see here is basically data. We have an independent variable xi and a dependent variable yi. So we have a total of 6 observations. And what we will do is in regression, at least in bivariate regression, we can illustrate it in a scatter plot, and we try to find a line of best fit. So what does this data look like? So we have 0 and 3. So let's highlight that one, maybe with a big red dot. So 0 and 3, that is one observation. And 2 and 6 is another one. And 2 and 4 is another one. And 4 and 9 is another one. And 4 and 5 is another one. And 6 and 9 is another one. So now you probably can see that there is a positive relationship between x and y. So for example, maybe x is the length of the feet and y is the height of a person. So we would expect that taller people have longer feet. And we can see that the scatter cloud is upward sloping. And if we were trying to fit a line of best fit, then we probably will all agree that this would be a very bad line of best fit. This line doesn't match this data. But if we try to fit a line of best fit that really matches this scatter cloud very well, we probably come up with something like this. So there's a great chance that you conclude that the line of best fit, and specifically a linear line of best fit, has an intercept of 3. So we will write that the predicted value of I, the predicted value, has an intercept which is 3. And it looks like it has a slope coefficient of 1. So plus 1 times xi. So that is the line of best fit, and when we actually go to Excel and we tell Excel to generate a line of best fit, it actually exactly looks like this. And as we will see later, Excel will tell us that the line is indeed, that the line of best fit is indeed 3 plus 1 times xi. But before we get there, we need to illustrate what Excel is actually doing, and that is very similar to what you just did when you look at your scatter plot and you were trying to fit the line of best fit. What you try to do is, and that's the intuition of regression analysis, you tried to minimize the deviations around the trend line. And that is the core idea or behind determining the regression coefficients. But let's just stop here. So the basic intuition, I believe, is clear. And then in the next video, let's continue with determining the regression coefficients.